A very good morning, dear students. Happy to meet you again. Hope you are all ready to listen to my lesson. Today's topic is the open window. We have already started this lesson. The main characters also we have seen. So far, we have come across the three main characters. Frampton Nuttall, one who retires to a country for getting the good treatment over there, and there he wants to meet Mrs. Stapleton. Actually, that was the place where once upon a time Mr. Frampton Nuttall's sister stayed on, but now they are not there. So he wants to be there for some days for getting his treatment. So when the treatment starts, okay, he wanted to be there for a few days and again he wants to come back his hometown. And when he went there, Mrs. Stapleton was upstairs. He might have called or he rang the calling bell, but finally the ladies, Mrs. Stapleton's niece, came to meet Frampton Nuttall. She was asking the business of him and she made him sit in the sofa and she started speaking to him. She wants to tell the details, she wants to give all the details to him, isn't it? She wants to give all the details to him because finally she wants to reveal the story about the mishap that had happened with the family. Till now we don't know what was that mishap that had happened to Mrs. Stapleton. Okay, let's see what this girl would tell. He made the last statement in a tone of distinct regret. Who was telling this? Mrs. Frampton. Mr. Frampton. Would like to tell something with a tone of regret, distinct regret. Distinct is nothing but very specifically he wants to reveal the thing. What is that? Then you know practically nothing about my aunt, pursued the self-possessed young girl. Now the young girl started revealing what had happened with her aunt, Mrs. Stapleton, why she was there in the upstairs. Actually, why she didn't come down yet. Okay, before she comes down, she wanted to reveal something regarding the family. As we have started this lesson with the three major points. The first point is, Frampton Nuttall has bad nerves, so he needs to be cured his problem. That's why he retires to the country where he could get his treatment and calls on family friend. The lady being busy upstairs, that is Mrs. Stapleton. Her young niece refers to a family mishap with focus on the open window. Okay, now only her name and address admitted the caller. He was wondering whether Mrs. Stapleton was in the married or widowed state. Actually, he nothing knew about Mrs. Stapleton. Frampton Nuttall doesn't know anything, no details or there with him. He simply sat there and he was listening to that small little niece of Stapleton, and he doesn't know even whether she was married or widowed lady. And undefinable something about the room seemed to suggest masculine habitation. But when he observed that surroundings, the room where the niece made him to sit on the sofa, and he had carefully observed, or that room is giving the impression that there was the habitation of a masculine. That means one man is living over there. She may not be a widow. Definitely she might be a married lady or a married woman, because the room has given such impression to him. So her great tragedy happened just 3 years ago, said the child. That would be since your sister's time. Actually, when your sister is living here in this place, she happened to know about, actually by the time something had happened with Mrs. Stapleton, you know, it was such a bad times she went through. Something had happened with the family, some great hardship had been faced by the family. What is that? A tragedy? Asked Frampton. Somehow in this restful country, sport tragedies seemed out of place. Actually, this kind of place is not at all having any tragedies because there is no place for tragedies anymore. This place is such a nice place. On seeing this place, can anyone say that it is such a heavenly place? I can't believe that. Okay, there happened a tragedy. How can I believe this? I can't believe this. Okay, he thought that. Then that girl started saying, you may wonder why we keep that window wide open on an October afternoon, especially in the month of October afternoon. We usually open this window. Actually, the same window was opened now when Frampton Nuttall went to that house. It means you can understand, Frampton Nuttall went there to meet that lady in the month of October. By the time the window was opened, they always keep that window open for some reason. What is that reason? We will find out, said Denise, indicating a large French window that opened to a lawn. Through that window, we can see the lawn. The lawn is nothing but the space, the grassland or the ground which is consisting of the grass. It is properly mowed and that lawn can be seen through that window. Okay, it was a French window and through that we can see the lawn. It is quite warm for the time of the year, said Frampton. Frampton says that yes, during the month of October, maybe this, if you open the window, you'll be getting little warmth, you know. But has that window got anything to do with the tragedy? So immediately Frampton Nuttall's mind, the one idea was flashed. Is there any connection of opening this window to a tragic story? Immediately he posed a question to that little child, the niece of Mrs. Stapleton. Out through that window 3 years ago to a day, her husband and her 2 young brothers went off for their day's shooting. Actually, through this window, what happened? Her husband and 2 young brothers went off. 2 brothers also went off for days shooting on that specific day during the month of October. Through this window, her 2 brothers and her husband, Mr. Stapleton, went out through this window. They never came back. They went for shooting, but they were not returned. Frampton Nuttall was really surprised to know what's the tragedy that happened with her husband as well as both of her brothers. Actually, they have gone through this open window. Through this window, they went out for shooting. The people, those who had gone for shooting, they hadn't come back. That was the tragedy actually. A great tragedy happened just 3 years ago. A tragedy? And he asks, and he says that out through that window 3 years ago to a day, her husband and her young brothers went off for their day's shooting. They never came back. In crossing the moor to their favorite shooting ground, they were all 3 engulfed in a treacherous piece of bog. Actually, in the center of that space, actually they went to a place in the forest where they regularly go for hunting. That day also they had gone there. It was the favorite spot for shooting. There was a treacherous piece of bog. Okay, bog, you know, B-O-G, bog. In Telugu we say boobi. Okay, they went to that bog and they were missed. It had happened that a dreadful wet summer, you know, and places that they were safe in other years have gave way suddenly without warning. Actually, that place was not at all a dangerous place for shooting, and there were no bogs previously. But during the summer season, I don't know how that bog had formed. Maybe since many long years, people have not used that place for hunting. But regularly, according to this lesson, we can see that these people used to go there because it was their favorite shooting spot. There, the bog was formed. Okay, so without knowing that, when they were crossing that place, they were all three members were just got deep into that bog. Their bodies were never recovered. Their bodies were also not being recovered. They were disappeared in the bog. Okay, there were no traces of their bodies. Dead bodies were not found. They were missed forever. And that was the dreadful part of it. Here the child's voice lost its self-possessed note and became falteringly human. Actually, while this girl was telling this tragic mishap, her voice was lost. That means her voice was filled with sorrow. It was such a miserable incident. Okay, from that day on, Mrs. Sapleton also became so quiet. She was actually shocked after that incident. Okay, missing all three members in a family is not a simple thing. Okay, she missed all three of them. That was such a great tragedy. See, poor aunt always thinks that they will come back someday, they and the little brown spaniel that was lost with them. Spaniel is maybe the dog. It was also lost along with them. And walk in at that window just as they used to do. Usually they use this open window. Whenever they go for hunting, through this window only they go. So she has a great belief that one day all three of them along with Spaniel also would come back. With that view, she always keeps this window open. She always keeps it open. So especially in the month of October. Okay, she thinks that they will come back. And with that wish, she always keeps that window open. And that is why the window is kept open every evening till it is quite dusk. From morning down to dusk. Evening to till morning, the window is open. Poor dear aunt, she has often told me how they went out. Her husband with his white waterproof coat over his arm, and Ronnie, her youngest brother, and singing Betty, why do you bound? As he always did so to tease her. Okay? See, she was always thinking about them. Husband had gone wearing that white raincoat and waterproof coat over his arm. Actually, it was not worn. He has put it on over his arm. He rested it. And Roni, the youngest brother, she loves her brother like anything. And singing Betty, why do you bound? Actually, this was the line he used to sing. As he always did so to tease her. Okay, in order to tease her sister, he used to sing this line. What is that? Betty, why do you bound? And because she said it got on her nerves. She always says, she always thinks about. She remembers whatever they spoke to her and what kind of time that they have spent with her. She still remembers. Do you know, sometimes on still quiet evenings like this, I almost get a creepy feeling that they will all walking through that window. Sometimes in the late evening, I feel that those people have come back. Okay, that especially she was getting the sounds of creeping feeling. Somebody is coming through that window. Likewise, she usually get the thoughts. Okay, whenever we are always thinking about something, those images can be seen in our dreams, isn't it? We'll get the dreams, and even broad daylight also we feel that the things are happening. I don't want to tell you that the ghost is coming or something like that, because those experiences or those feel is always retained with us, no? It's there in the mind. That's why with those feelings, okay, even this girl is also living. So she feels that the creepy sound that somebody is coming through that window. Let us come. She broke off with a little shudder. It was a relief to Frampton when the aunt buzzed into the room with a whirl of apologies for being late in making her appearance. So by the time this girl, while she was explaining the whole incident, the tragic incident, that mishap, she started crying. By the time who entered the room, Mrs. Stapleton came late, and she also apologized for coming late, and she says that, I'm so sorry, I just came so late to appear myself, she says. And then, I hope Vera has been amusing you, she said. What's the name of that girl? Vera. Vera is the name of maybe Veronica or something. She used to call her Vera. I hope Vera has been amusing you, she said. She has been very interesting, said Frampton. What Frampton said? Yes, I really like the company of Vera because she's very open-minded and she just given me a warm welcome. I was so pleased to step into your house. There's no problem for coming late. He started talking to this lady. I hope you don't mind the open window, said Mrs. Stapleton, because maybe through the open window the cool wind is breezing. That's why she's asking that man, because this man is a patient. If the cool winds are striking this man, he would be getting sick. That's why this lady, Mrs. Stapleton, is asking, would you mind if I open that window or if I keep that window likewise? Then he said, no problem. My husband and brothers will be home directly from shooting and they always come in this way. My husband and two of my brothers would be coming back very soon. For them I just opened that window. Poor thing, this girl, this lady is still in the thoughts of her husband and both of her brothers. They have been out for snipe in the marshes today. Snipe in the sense water bird that lives in marshes. They have gone for shooting. They will be getting some snipe birds, because they will be staying in the marshes. They went out. And so they all make a fine mess over my poor carpet. So like you men folk, isn't it? Not only my husband, even the men folk would be doing this, because we ladies always keep the rooms and everything clean and neat, and we always want that. And men won't mind all these things sometimes with their gum boots, and they'll be coming from the forest, they will be making it mess. But even then my carpets are all spread, she's explaining. She rattled on cheerfully about the shooting and the scarcity of birds and the prospects for duck in the winter. To Frampton it was all purely horrible. So when this lady was talking as if her husband and brothers would be coming in few minutes, it means her mind is completely shattered. With those shattered feelings, she is living still. As if really those men would come back. In such a way she started speaking to him, and it is really horrified him. He made a desperate but only partially successful effort to turn the talk onto a less ghastly topic. Actually, he wanted to divert the topic because still that lady was stuck to that field. That's why he wanted to divert that lady, and he wants to speak in some other direction. The next part of this lesson will be continued in the next class, but I request every one of you to read the textbook. Try to understand all the words, especially the new vocabulary which is introduced, so that You will have a word bank in your mind. When we have enough words in our mind, we can speak thoroughly and we can also describe things, and our writing skills also will be improved. Until we meet again, goodbye children. Thank you all.